My name is Dan Chilton, and what brought me here at first was curiosity. But after a short period of time, it occurred to me that the reason this protest exists is for a common sense of desiring social and economic justice. There are lots of different formulations about why people think there is such a big problem, but I think the common thread and theme here is it is a very big problem. Some people say it's the Fed, some people will say it's derivatives, trading, others will say it's the influence of the media and big money on our elected officials. And I think it's probably all of those things rolled up into one big mess. And I think what brings people here is a desire to make our system more democratic, less dependent on the imbalances of our economic system, and to kind of restore a balance to the whole system. I think that's it in a nutshell.
Hey Dan, have you heard that today Gaddafi was killed?
Yes.
And this began, the spring training the Arab world about... how do you feel about it?
I know much less about that, but I'm embarrassed for America every time there's jubilation that somebody got killed. I'm concerned about the warrior mentality, our volunteer army coming back and thinking that they're creating our freedom. I mean, I have a congressman who came back from Iraq, and he's campaigned on the idea that he gave me my freedom by fighting over there. And I think that's a ridiculous notion. And I think it's preposterous that, killing people is a wonderful thing. If I had my way, they would have captured Osama bin Laden. They would have debriefed him. They would have found out his side of the story. There would have been a fair trial, and we would have had justice not at the point of a gun. And I think that's the best justice, even if it feels good to get a sense of revenge against somebody that we hate. I would have really liked to hear what he would have had to say. And, at the end of the day, get a fair trial. And if penalties are required, then penalties should be meted out. But I don't really like our foreign wars. I don't like our foreign policy wars to kind of create stability in the Middle East. That's not why we're here. We have a Defense Department and an army to protect us from invasion, not to promote democracy over there. I think if we want to promote democracy, we should do it by words, by example, by leadership, and by inspiring others to follow our good example. And frankly, I'm embarrassed by our example. 10 years war to find weapons of mass destruction and to go after a man who was hiding in a cave. I think that was misspent money and misspent lives and a dishonest expression of what the true objectives really were. And I'm sorry so many Americans bought into that idea.